time for our pet peeves tier list. There is quite a lengthy list as I remove Florence from the screen. Quite a lengthy list. And our categories are jail. The spelling that I specifically do not enjoy, of course. Also, the formatting is weird because I removed any and all ad formatting from this site, which also apparently affects the placement of text within the tiers. Hence why they're not centered. And I apologize. But I also was like, I'm going to remove all the ads. So I did do that, and that's why they're kind of like off center there. The next one is disrespectfully, of course. Which I don't put much disrespect anywhere. Except for on fictional characters a lot of the time. And also trash people. Stay away from me, of course. Respectfully, stay away from me. Still not great. I do this, and I am ashamed. I don't think there would be many on that. I pretty much, I own up to about anything I do. It's fine, a neutral category. It's chill, you know. We're vibing, and then I do this, and I'm not ashamed. Those are our general categories here. We're gonna see what we're working with. I do know what, like, the first one was. It's, yeah, one of my least favorite things in the entire world. Oh. Let me shrink myself down a little bit, though. So we can see more going on. Oh, I still want to do it when we're done the Trails games. I want to do the ship tier list, guys. My top ship is probably one that people don't know. My top ship in Trails. It's the maid and the mayor lady. My favorite. From the Sky games. I want to do that. I'm gonna do that tier list, though. I love a good tier list, guys. I want to do more all the time. And our first one up, our first contender. Loud eating sounds. That's used like smacking your lips. That is like chewing with mouth open, all of that. Okay, that's actually a separate thing. Loud eating sounds. A slurp I'm okay with. That's fine. If I have to like hear like you're like if it sounds like you're making out with someone when you're like eating, I'm not a fan. No. Although the jail category, by the way, is mostly if things are actually like dangerous. Or I hate them that much. But most of them if they're actually dangerous. This is not a dangerous thing per se in most cases. But it's gotta be one of my least favorite things. There's gotta be one of my least favorite things in the entire world. It's a loud eating sounds. I'm so sorry. It's probably the only one that's not actually like horrendous up there. I cannot. And you guys can see everything, right? Like properly. I think it should be chill. I tried like in doing it as much as possible to show everything as well. But if anyone can't see things, like, properly, do let me know, and I'll try to, like, zoom in or change things around, too. It is kind of hard to see with, like, the text going on. But I hope it's still okay. And then we have slow walkers, which I think is entirely fine. If you need a slow walk, you'll be in your own lane. I get it. Take care of yourselves. Take life slow. I think people take life too fast a lot of the time. If, like, you can, maybe, like, walk off to a side. But if you're something like a single lane, I'm not gonna be like, why are you doing that, you know? You're chilling with it. So again, it's entirely chill. You know, you vibe. Again, if you can, or in a situation where you can, like, kind of, like, stand off to the side, that's chill, like, you know. But if you can't, again, take your time. I think a lot of people need to, like, slow down, and take every day one step at a time. And that's quite also literally with a slow walker. How many are there? Oh. Okay. There's quite a lot. Leaving the toilet seat open. I'm not a fan of this, but it's mostly because little Meow Meow wants to fully climb into said toilet. But I also don't like it because of germs. And if you live in a place where you don't have, like, a toilet outside of, like, a room with only a toilet, So let's say, like, that's where you also keep, like, maybe, like, your toothbrush and your, like, skincare or anything else. Also, maybe, like, where you shower. Poop and pee particles will fly up into the air at any point in time, but especially if you leave the toilet seat open. But, like, not, like, the seat part up, but, you know, like, everything open. The splish splash cat? No, for real. So if she puts herself into water, she loves it. If you do it to her, though, she's like, what are you doing? Like, sometimes my hands are damp after washing my hands, and she's like, disgusting. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that's fine. I would say leaving the toilet seat off, it's fine. I'm a neutral on it. Again, little meow meow will swim in the toilet, but it's fine. She's like a dog. She'll drink from it, too. I know some cats just do that generally, but you know. Turning without a blinker. I think this is dangerous. Also, it says turn, but anyway, turning without a blinker. This is dangerous. Someone could, like, die. Fully. I know that people are, like, scared of, like, planes. I feel like more people probably die because of this than going on a plane regularly. And while I do know people who do this, and I will not say names, it's not me. I also don't drive because that would be a whole bad time, but I know people who do this. Super dangerous. Can indeed lead to so many accidents, people's lives being endangered. And for that reason, it's going in jail purely because it is a literal hazard to people's, like, health everywhere. Your own, and then also whoever's, like, around you. It's not even just who might be crashing into you. Anyone around as well. So, I'm putting that... Loud eating sounds probably gonna be the bottom of jail. But regardless, still. That could be so dangerous. Checking a phone during a chat. Like, you're talking to someone, they just keep staring. So, is it just checking the phone? Or constantly sitting on the phone? I feel like they're different levels. What do you guys think? Like, I feel like those are, like, different things. Because if someone, like, needs to check something, right? I'm like, chill. If someone's constantly just staring at their phone the entire time and, like, you're trying to talk to them, and, like, you're not, like, the general thing is not you just both just chilling, like, on your phones. I can feel like that'd be not great. But if it's, like, just checking it, I feel like that's fine. If you're just like, hold on, might have got, like, a message or something. I'll put that in the it's fine, because that's just us checking and not constantly just, like, staring at it. So yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there. Yeah, we'll go there. I don't think I need to change anything around. Loud talking in public. How loud is loud? Is it you talking to someone, like, next to you pretty loudly? Or is it the thing where you're shouting halfway across, like, a store and or, like, a whole, like, block? I feel like that's shouting, though, and not loud talking. I think it's fine. I think that it's fine's gonna be fine in the general category. I am extremely quiet in public, so maybe this would make me not heard, but I mean, that'd be fine. I have a hard time talking around a ton of people. So I would not get hurt in this situation, but I'd be chill. So I'll put it in the it's fine. I'll put it right there. Oh! Oh! Literally stay away from me, but people standing too close, especially when people are around me, an immunocompromised person. And I wear a mask everywhere, so this actually really typically isn't too much of an issue. Because people think that I have the plague when I'm wearing a mask, and not me trying to avoid said plague. So this isn't too much of an issue anymore, actually. But yeah, if someone like stands like super close to me and I don't know them, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna say disrespectfully. Stay away. I don't want me. I need like hand sanitizer with like a spray kind. Start spraying people. I need the germs away. I get sick super easily. And again, immunocompromised, and I take a while to recover. So me getting sick is always anyone getting sick is always a bad time. Me getting sick, always not great. So I'm gonna put it there. I just shoo away. Bad drivers. I feel like that can mean a lot of different things. General. So if someone's like genuinely doing their best, I don't have any sort of issue. And I'm assuming this is what this is meaning. Even when I'm like driving, like, I mean, I'm not personally driving around, but like, I'm in a car driving around kind of thing. It's not the worst. I've been in car accidents as well. But usually it's like multiple things at once. But so a bad driver, I give a lot more leeway than to someone who is like distracted driving. Someone who's like staring at their phone, someone who's like not paying attention to the people on the road. If you're just like not great at it, I think it's chill. You know, everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. I will put that at the bottom of it. It's fine for right now. Holy, there's so many. Oh, I like some of these. Ooh. Me staring at puns. I can't skip ahead. Hold on. Talking over other people. I think that everyone's guilty of this at one point or another. It's if you acknowledge it and either pause or like maybe finish your thought and then ask like what was like generally gonna be like said after the fact too. But if you're like purposely doing it, no. But like if it just so happens to happen, right? I feel like you're talking, it just like happens in a conversation. I don't think it's an issue, but if you're like, I need to get my point across, so I'm just gonna talk over you over and over again. I feel like that's a different thing. That's a different feeling, right? That's a different thing occurring. Where would I put that? I just need to be in jail. I don't think it's disrespect. I'll put it in respectfully still. If you're purposely doing it, it can probably get annoying, right? Although I've definitely talked over people before, but like, I either pause and stop and see who wants to keep talking, or like, it's like a word or two to finish a statement. I'm not, I wouldn't be ashamed, but, I'll do the respectfully, because that's like kind of like the overall, like the 10 out of 10 bad, 8 to 9 out of 10 bad, 6 in the number after kind of general category. It's fine. It's like 5 out of 10. Okay, yeah, okay. Chewing with mouth open. I hear more mouth noises. Ooh. Ooh. It's mouth noises, guys. That's what I don't want. No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't want it. No. I don't like a mouth noise. Oh. Not a fan. Not covering mouth while yawning, though. I actually didn't know people did that. Like, I didn't know people cover their mouth in general while yawning. Other than if, like, they're in public and they're like, no, don't look in my mouth, bro. I think it was, like, a courteous thing. I'm not ashamed. I do this. Not ashamed. I will yawn if I need to. No toilet paper. Like, in general, Either like you're kind of in, you have no toilet paper, you're out, you have no toilet. Someone didn't refill the toilet paper. Can I access the toilet paper? That's the caveat. Can I still access toilet paper? If I'm using it? Oh, I want to install a bidet. I don't have a bidet here. Ugh. So if I was... Okay, imagining. I was sitting there, I need toilet paper. I'd probably be pretty mad. But like not mad, I'd be upset. I'd be like, oh... I can't get any more. I kind of just need to sit here. So there's no toilet paper. I would put that in a respectful, like, please don't do that. But like, I understand. I'll put it there. Not covering your mouth while sneezing. You open air sneeze. Again, this is coming from the people standing too close to me thing. I get sick easily. If you know you're going to sneeze. I understand sometimes a sneeze just comes out of nowhere, right? Same with a cough. But if you can in any way cover your mouth while sneeze, please do so. I'm gonna put that down to disrespectfully. Some people are immunocompromised. Talking during movies. It really depends the environment. If you're at a movie theater, no, absolutely not. If you're like at home and like you're like, I'm watching a movie and you're like discussing between like a few people, sure. But at a movie theater, I'm there for the cinematic experience. And I do actually like going to the movies to be with other people to see movies. I do like that experience. But I like a more like... quiet. The reaction being more like a quiet reaction, you know, like a laughing with the audience, a being like shocked with the audience kind of feeling. I would say disrespectfully, Stowin, just purely because if you're talking in a movie theater, you're being disrespectful also to the people around you. So I feel like I would put it there. Because I feel like in that sense, you're very specifically taking... Like, you're not taking other people into consideration at all. If you're at a movie theater and you're just started talking. Especially if you're not talking about the movie, by the way. So we'll put it there. We'll put it there. Cracking knuckles. Does anyone bothered by the sound of cracking knuckles? Speak up now. Because, I apologize. You guys hear my knuckles cracking regularly, as well as my other joints. I pop a lot. And they're loud. You guys definitely hear some of them. I'm not ashamed, but I do this. And I apologize so much if people are like, that's just the sound I can't listen to. I am so sorry. And if anyone is bothered by it, do let me know, because I can mute during it. Because it does, like, sometimes I am very specifically, like, popping myself. Like that. I do this, and I'm not ashamed, but also, I do be apologizing. Leaving cabinets open! Permanently, not the big fan, but if you're, like, leaving it open because you're, like... Let's say you're getting something out of a cabinet. Random insert. We were talking about cereal earlier. You're getting cereal out of the cabinet or something. You leave it open to pour yourself a bowl of cereal, and then you close it when you're putting it back. I'm chill. That's entirely fine. Leaving it open forever, that can be something else. I'll put that in the... If someone were to, like, leave the cabinet, it's fine. I can just close it as well. I don't care that much. But I also feel like there's different things there, right? Put it here. Put it there. And then it's fine. Not fully tightening lids. So, like, something would go bad. I'm assuming that's what that would imply. Something goes bad quicker because it's not being preserved. I feel like they'd be wasting money in a lot of cases. Be wasteful, potentially. I would say, like, I'd prefer this didn't happen. And for that reason, I'd probably put it respectfully, but, like, it's not, like, huge, you know? I'll put it in respectfully. Biting silverware. I've seen this a few times. And while it's obviously not hurting me, I feel the pain through my own teeth when other people do this. I'm like, ooh. Ooh. Got a hard chomp on, like, metal. And a lot of times when you're, like, biting something with, like, maybe, like, a fork or something, it's your front teeth as well. So, like, the weaker teeth. I'm gonna put it in here. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'd rather not. Clogging an airplane luggage belt. It's like you're at an airport and you're getting your luggage, but someone keeps standing right there. I'm assuming that's what they're implying from that. It really depends. It depends how crowded it is. If, like, a bunch of people are doing it, it becomes an issue, but if only one person's doing it, I don't think it's actually, like, any sort of issue. I think it's chill. I don't think that you should be bothered by that kind of thing. Some people just, like, need to, like, sit by it, you know? If it's not a ton of people doing it, and other people can still access the luggage belt, I think it's chill. But a bunch of people clogging... It says clogging, right? So a bunch of people are doing it? Ugh. I think it's fine. I was gonna say it's chill, but I don't think it's still that big in general, but... Schedule being interrupted. Change of plan. Oh, I was so upset, though, when our stream had to end early last night. We were playing Trails, and then my internet went out. And I guess that's kind of my schedule being interrupted, isn't it? I was, like, so sad. Also, schedule being interrupted if we're talking about how when I go live at the wrong time. So. I guess I'm interrupting people's schedules if they want to be here. So I do this, and I try not to, but I do. I am late frequently. So. I do be interrupting people's schedules, probably. I apologize. Using words incorrectly! I don't think that's an issue as long as you're willing to learn what the word means. If you're purposely doing it, also absolutely fine. Just as someone is also asking for elaboration, if you elaborate, to also be like, I'm just saying this instead. Like, I say tortilla. That's obviously still a tortilla. But, like, for, like, funsies, I say, like, kind of, you know. And I would elaborate on it. It depends how people handle a lot of these situations. I would say it's chill. So I'm assuming chalk does not mean actual chalk. Is it actual chalk? Is it chalk on a chalkboard? Or does it mean something else? We can wait. We can wait to see if chalk on the chalkboard comes up, or I need to search something. I don't know if that is, like, something I would need to look up. Is it chalk on a chalkboard? We'll keep it there for right now. Gum chewing and or popping. If you're doing it with your mouth closed, I don't care. I don't like mouth sounds, as we've seen evidently. Assuming you're doing it with your mouth closed and, like, the popping and you're just blowing, like, a bubble. That's chill. Like, I don't feel like it's bad at all. I just don't want the mouth. I don't want the mouth open, bro. Stopping in the middle of a walkway. Sudden stop. Is it a thin walkway? Sidewalk. Only one person can walk on it. No one can walk side by side. You kind of need to, like, scooch to the side. You just stop. Someone stops. I'd prefer not to have it. But if it happens, I'm not bothered either. It's fine. Being rude to service workers. Absolutely not. Some people who treat like service workers, some people who treat like different like people in customer service, any people who like treat people who are maybe like any sort of like front-facing customer service job, whether you're like a food worker or whether you're working at like a store or anything. A lot of people treat those kind of people like as if they're not even like human. Go to jail. Hey, money, how's it going? We're doing a pet peeves tier list. We did our anonymous confessions reading earlier, and now we're doing our pet peeves tier list, and we're gonna play some games later. And I like how it's like things that are actually hazardous, mouth sounds, being trash. The worst ones. But I mostly chill with like a majority of this stuff. I still don't know if chalk is chalk like a verb? Or is this being used in a verbiage? Or the sound of chalk? We're putting a pause on it still. Nose picking, general. I'm not bothered by it if someone picks their nose and then like puts it in a tissue and then washes their hands. Yo, if you need to get that out, get that out. I think it's chill. It's just if you were being touching things after that. Because I feel like if you blow your nose a lot of times, you still also like sometimes like touch the snot and whatnot. So I'm gonna say it's fine, but with the like caveat that it's still being cleaned. Maybe also like a hand sanitizer or something. You clean your hands after the fact. Guys, I got traumatized when I was a kid though. I don't have many memories from when I was a kid. I've suppressed the majority of them, and I have found this. When I was like, when I was like 6-ish probably, I was scratching my nose, and a teacher like yelled at me to stop picking my nose, and the entire class just looked at me. But I was scratching the side of my nose, so they like probably did look like I was picking my nose. But it was like a side angle, you know, if I was like sitting like a side angle, and we like scratch my nose, and it could look like you're like kind of like picking your nose. And ever since then, I was like super like traumatized by it, and I wasn't even picking my nose, but I got called out for it, and then everyone just stared at me. And that staring definitely went on for at least 10 seconds. And I know that even if like that's a kid that'd be like exaggerated, I know it went on for at least that long. That teacher was like trying to publicly shame me. Not a fan. But again, it's fine as long as you can be clean about it. Overly touchy people. Do I know them or not? If it's someone I know, if so, I'm chill. I don't care. If not, absolutely not. Like, I've had people who are like, I just want to, like, put my legs on your lap. I just want to, like, put my head on your shoulder and everything. I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. You like hugs? Sure. Chill. I really don't. But I have to, like, I want to know. Obviously, like, I don't know you, though. I don't want that. I'm gonna go with it's fine. Caveat of, I would like to know them before they do that. If not, disrespectful. Stay away. If I know them, though, I don't care. An attention seeker. I'm assuming this is doing in a way that you're trying to get attention in a way that everyone is only paying attention to you, general, and no one else can have any sort of attention. I'm not a fan, because that typically puts down other people. So I'm going to say disrespectful. Stay away. This is, again, with the caveat of it has to be, like, it's in the situation of someone, like, kind of, like, putting down other people to be at the center of attention. And in that situation, I don't think it would be very nice in general. Not returning your shopping cart. Oh, it's another driving hazard. Guys, you can actually, like, damage people's cars and, like, cause, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars of, like, either debt or people having to pay that out of pocket immediately. Return your shopping cart if you're in a place that has shopping carts. And, like, don't put it, like, in, like, a random, just, like, lane. Don't just leave it there. It could just roll somewhere. Or someone, like, drives into it. It could just damage their car. Jail. Because it can cause a lot of... It also could be, like, a safety hazard. Like, what someone's going to pick up that cart. You know, one of the workers or whatnot. Backseat. Oh! Guys, I get so petty. Yeah, that's the right word. I get so petty when people start backseating. It's a specific rule. We don't have many rules on the channel, like, at all. And, one of them is no backseating unless I specifically say it. And then we also have had to, like, weed out some of that as well. We have a backseating spoiler safe word. I will directly, like, say it. Like, obviously, like, if you're streaming, a lot of times people ask rhetorical questions. I would say a majority of people do not like backseating. And I understand the viewpoint of being like, I want someone to enjoy a game as I have. I get that. But I would say a majority of people, if, like, you're someone streaming on, like, Twitch, a majority of people do not want to be backseated. I would say, like, 75% of people, minimum, would not want to be backseated. Unless they're specifically asking for it. So I'm gonna be disrespectful. I don't like it. I really don't like it. It's going over here. Spitting in public. So if, like, you, like, get your phlegm and spit it out. Well, people just do it on the ground. My dad did this once. And it got stuck to his car window. Like, the behind him. And it stayed there for literal years. So I do think it's gross if you do that. Especially if you're not doing... So a lot of times this is done if you're, like, just spitting it out in general. Like, it's, like, not in a trash can. It's not in something. It's on the ground a lot of the time. And a lot of times people can, like, just, like, step on that and all that. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna go on the disrespectful. Oh, look, disrespectful's catching up. I apparently am bothered by many things. Jail. I've also gotten my dad spit on my face before if I'm sitting behind him in a car. When he does this. And for that, it probably would be higher going on. I'll put it up here. Leaving lights on in a place, general? I don't get bothered. I really don't care. Especially if it's, like, not my place. If someone's, like, basically, if that's coming out with someone else's bill, I don't care. You do you? I don't care. Leave those lights on. We can be, like, living in, like, a doctor's office, you know, like, a super bright room. I don't care. Leave those things on. As long as I can, like, cover my eyes if I'm trying to sleep or something, I'm chill. Music with no headphones in public. See, the issue is, if one person was doing this, I'd be fine. I would just get overstimulated if I was hearing that from a bunch of different places. Like, if, like, 10 different people started blasting their music, I'd be like, no, thank you. Jail! Are they all jail for you, Riddle? What about the things that I have put in the bottom 3 tiers here? How do we feel about those? I would say respectfully, I wouldn't be a fan of the music in public, especially if multiple people are doing it. But, like, in general, a lot would be in jail. I don't like mouth sounds, as evident. I'm over here like, no. I'm like, absolutely stop. That's my biggest pet peeve, though. I do not like mouth sounds. And I knew that going into this. I'm gonna put respectfully. Pen clicking! Someone starts spamming that pen! I don't care at all. It doesn't bother me. If I was having a particularly bad mental day, maybe I'd be like, but it'd still be probably fine. So which I would probably put it at the bottom of it's fine. Like, I'm absolutely chill. That was impolite. Chewing gum, I'm not bothered by unless it's done with their mouth open and then I hear it. But, like, if you're chewing gum, I'm like, that's chill. That's absolutely fine. How about me cracking my knuckles? Is that chill? Because I do it all the time. Chewing gum is... But yeah, but see, it's, like, general, right? So, like, if you're, like, with someone and they're chewing gum, would you be, like, bothered? I wouldn't be. And you're at home with someone. It's someone you're living with and they're chewing gum. General premise. Are you bothered? I'm not. Unless someone's sticking... people start sticking the gum to the bottom of things. I'm like, stop. Ugh. That's something different, though. That's something different, though. I still don't know what chalk means, other than the sound of chalk. Behave kids in public. So it's not the kids that annoy me. And it kind of is. It's the parents who do not raise their kids. It bothers me so much. Can I, with the caveat of this being me being bothered by the parents of said kids, I can't stand it. Raise your kids. Picky eaters, general. That's fine. In fact, I would go so far as to say I am, because it's not me being like a picky eater, but I can't eat a lot of stuff. I'm like extremely lactose intolerant to the point where I think I want to get like an allergy test done for milk. Because even like Lactaid, hi. It doesn't help me. Look at that, guys. My general ad blocker. It was there. But general, I would say that. And I also can't eat eggs. So I would put myself in a picky eater category, but I'm not ashamed. I don't think really anyone should be. Unless it's like becoming difficult for other people to also find things that they can eat, but I go anywhere. I'm like, I eat whatever. At a place. Not the eggs. I'm allergic to eggs. Yeah, they take me out. It's a bad time for everyone. Put it there. Hiccups. Holy. I guess that can be someone's like pet peeve. You can't control having those in the slight. Like a lot of these you can be like consciously avoiding or like being like, I can't like, there's not a single one of these that I'm like, you could like everything here you could potentially change your behavior, change something. Or like not be around that environment. You can't control a hiccup. It's chill. I honestly I hiccup occasionally. I think anyone and everyone does. We don't have gills anymore, guys. Alright, they go there. Typing quirks. Is that how you type? Or is that if you type out different things? Is that like a lull? Or is that you typing in a certain way? Do I need to skip it? I'll skip it for now because I think it means like you typing in like different like acronyms, abbreviations, maybe doing like a cow emoji. Which I wouldn't be bothered by it. I'm gonna say it as that. That's what I'm going with. It's chill. I do it. I do a yield XD, guys. So I'll put it down there. Stupid internet comments. People on the online. When they say stupid, does it mean like actually stupid? Or is it people like legit like sending like death threats? Because I also find those in the category of stupid internet comments. But I feel like people don't know. Like, they just do it. People just do it off the rip now. You know what? With me putting that in the same category, it's going over here. People have gotten way too comfortable with doing that. They're like, I don't like this person. I don't like the way this like literal story ended. I'm gonna like go now send some choice words that are like legit like life-threatening. So no. No. Flaking on plans last minute. So in a majority of cases, I love when people do this. Unless it's like a big trip, I'm completely, I'm one of those people who are like, someone cancels plans and I'm like, oh, like I'm sad, obviously, but I'm like, you mean I can just chill? I have really bad anxiety though. So even when I'm doing something I enjoy, I still have a lot of anxiety around it. So if I just don't have to really do anything, but then I also get anxiety that someone like flaked on me because they hate me. That being said, I typically do not flake on plans, so I can't say the last one. If I'm missing something, it is... I had no other option. So I would say it's fine. I'll put it in the it's fine. Body odor and or bad hygiene. Okay. Body odor doesn't actually bother me too much. Because some people just produce more smell than other people. Bad hygiene can be controlled. You can have better hygiene. Some people like put on deodorant, put on like any miscellaneous like good smell products to help their like maybe like a smell, and they just still end up like having a bit of an odor. I feel like that's chill. I feel like that's chill, The hygiene part again, you can control. I'm gonna Alright, I'm going into convention. I can smell someone approaching. I'm not a fan, though. But it's usually because people aren't putting... I'm going to say they're having body odor because they have bad hygiene. They're separate things in my head, but I'm going to make the correlation there, that it's body odor specifically because they have bad hygiene. And you can control that. So I'm going to put in the disrespectful. But the body odor itself, again, it's chill. If, like, someone, like, has good hygiene and they just happen to, like, maybe you had, like, a long day out and you, like, didn't get a chance to, like, shower yet. I'm chill. But this is with the caveat of, you could have done something about it. Tight, long sleeves. Okay, I'm wearing something that's tight. I don't care. It's chill. I don't typically wear tighter clothing. Other than maybe, like... a turtleneck, which I'm like literally wearing right now. I don't care. Oh, I don't like wear belts too much. Belt loop catching on door handle. I feel like that's a impressive feat. I feel like that's an impressive feat to achieve. Like you get caught on something. You get caught on a like entire door handle with your belt. I'm going to put it into a different category that happens to me more frequently. A sleeve or a pant leg gets caught on, like, an edge of a door or an edge of a table or something. Or, like, an edge of a cabinet. Maybe a cabinet door opening. Not a fan, but I don't care. It's fine. It's chill. Clout chasers. I'm going to put this in the category of someone who literally doesn't care about the person they're interacting with. They only want to get popular off of them. No. We value genuine friendships here and genuine connections. Absolutely not. Or like just completely going off a trend and like trying to steal it from other things. No. Dishes in the sink. Someone just leaving dishes in the sink. You're not washing them immediately. I do this on occasion, honestly. It's not all the time. I usually wash stuff. But if it's like before stream and I'm running late, which is very frequent, I have been known to do this. I think it's fine. I'm not ashamed. I don't do it frequently though. It's fine. I'll put in fine. Puns! I love puns! I'll use them too. Put them in the like best category. Yeah. Everyone always, if anyone ever has any dad jokes, anyone has any puns, keep them coming. I love them. Not keeping secrets. Someone like you're like, this is the preface of someone being like, I'm going to keep a secret, and then not doing so. I feel like that's really like that's disrespectful in itself. And I feel like that is like not showing the respect that someone deserves. So I do feel like that should go in the disrespectfully. I feel like that's a breach of trust. Like if you've overheard something, that's different. But like this is if you're having a conversation with someone, and you're like, you're gonna keep a secret, and they're like, and then they don't. So put that there. Oh, some butt kissing! Kissing up to someone? What is the scenario? Are you at a job and you want a promotion? Are you in a setting where if you did so, it wouldn't really like put anyone else down? It would just uplift you? I don't care. Do it. Yo, lock in wherever you need to. Micromanaging. Someone being like, take 2 breaths in, take 2 breaths out kind of thing. Just meditation. I don't like micromanaging. I feel like a lot of times, like in some cases I do. If I'm doing a job and I'm new to it, and someone's telling me how to do something and I'm not entirely, like, I'm not sure on it, I actually enjoy being told what to do. But with the assumption that it's like something basic and like you know what it is, I think it's fine. I'm flashing back to when we were playing Final Fantasy X, and we had like a new chatter, like a first-time chatter, telling us how to fight Seymour. Every single move. And I'm putting that into a micromanaging thing, even though it was like backseating. That was a lot. I would say I prefer not, but like, it's not the worst. Put it in the respectfully. Stay away. Being stupid. I am stupid. I'm not ashamed. Lock in with it. But like in general, like it's not harming anyone. You know, it's fine. It's fine. That's me. Always complaining. Always. 90% of the time, things that comes out of this person's mouth, I'm imagining scenario, it is a negative comment. Just about never has something positive to say. Somehow everything is just not great. I don't like it. I think that toxic positivity is 100% a thing, but if you can only see the bad things, and you can only find things to complain about, that needs some, like, inner, like, reevaluation. I'm gonna put it into the disrespectful. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. Snoring. So if I'm actively trying to sleep, I really wouldn't want this. The sound itself doesn't bother me. But, like, if I was trying to sleep and it was keeping me up, I wouldn't want it. But at the same time, the sound itself doesn't bother me. I'll put it in respectfully, stay away, because I would just need to sleep if it was like time for like everyone to be sleeping. But for the most part, I'm chill. Spoiling media. Coming out and being like, I'm gonna immediately spoil something. I'm mainly thinking about the JJK fandom and being like memeing on a spoiler, constantly just saying a spoiler, but like applying it to multiple things. I don't think it's chill. I think it can really take someone's enjoyment away from something. If someone's like really into something, and sometimes people like use media as a like different outlet to like have some sort of form of escapism. And sometimes people like only have one or two things that they experience that through. I don't think that's chill whatsoever. Like, I think that could really just not be great for someone. Really could put like a damage on someone's mental. Busby, what? Didn't realize we were doing this tonight? Yeah! We did the Anonymous Confessions earlier, now we're doing Pet Peeves ranking. This is what they look like now. I was expressing how, at a base level, spoiling media wouldn't be like that bad, but also, I don't like the idea, because I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like it's disrespectful that someone be spoiling media. And then, like, because I was saying during ads that a lot of times people, like, use different media as a form of escapism. Really, like, that's just a step away from, like, the bad of things happening in, like, the real world, right? And if you just spoil it, it could just really take away from someone's enjoyment, someone's time with it. So I will put that in disrespectfully. Stay away. But yes, Busby, since you're here, for the jail category, which is either the worst things are literally, like, harmful to people. We have turning without a blinker on, because it's harmful. I specifically do not like mouth sounds. So, loud eating or chewing with mouth open. I was putting those in, like, the same category. Being rude to service workers, of course. Not returning your shopping cart because it can actually, like, cause damage. You have kids in public, with the caveat of me being bothered by the parents more so. And then stupid internet comments. I was also equivalating that to people nowadays are way too chill and comfy with going to people's, like, DMs and then being like, rude comment that could be threatening lives. And then clout chasers at the end there. It's in the fact of, like, people trying to use other people. Not a fan. But I feel like these are pretty chill. But yeah, we aren't out here. We have a few more left. Honestly, this list is huge. I'm still confused if chalk is the sound of chalk on a chalkboard or if it means something else. So that's why it's still there. Bare feet general. I don't care. Someone's staring at bare feet, maybe. I think feet are disgusting, but I don't care if you're wearing no shoes. In fact, I'm wearing no shoes or socks right now. It's going right there. It's chalk. Me too! But I would also assume chewing with mouth open and loud eating noises will be also, like, in the same category, and they're not. So I would just, like, I'm keeping it there. Untrained pets, general. Hey, Roro, how's it going? Untrained pets, though, general. I want to say that I've known a lot of people who have tried training their pets and haven't had money to send them to, like, a school to train said, like, pets, right? And a lot of times pets take a lot of effort to train and people don't have the resources to do so. So it's not for a lack of trying. For the lack of trying and, like, teaching different animals, I feel like people might not put as much time into their pets, but if it's for, like, if they've been tried, I think it's fine. Untrained pets in general. It really depends how they're treating said pet outside of that. If they're, like, a loved pet and they're, like, really not otherwise trained, it's fine. I think that's chill. But in public, it could be a man. It's exactly though. Yeah, exactly. Where's foster family? We're divine beings, I swear. That's so funny. And it goes, hey, let's go. So I think it's fine. I don't care. Bad spelling and or grammar. I've talked about this before. So the main purpose of, like, language, anything, is getting your point across, communicating. And I think that bad spelling and or grammar is absolutely fine, as long as you can understand what's being said. And I think a lot of people get hung up on other people's bad if someone, like, wants to correct their own spelling or grammar, that's chill. I feel like a lot of people get hung up on other people's spelling or grammar, and they, like, very much stay on that one point. I don't think it matters. As long as you can get a point across, that's the entire purpose of language. And I'm saying that as someone who went to school for several years for like English and English like literature. I don't think it matters at all. Like obviously if like you're like writing like a scientific paper, editorial paper, like you're doing it for like the purpose of like a firm writing stance, like you're like doing it in a like educational sense, sure. If you're just writing something out though, let's chill. If they were already being a douche, because then you're petty. What was I saying I was petty about? Wait, hold on. What was I petty about? I was saying I get so petty over backseating. I was like, what was I saying? I was petty that earlier. I get so petty during backseating, guys. I'm just like, I literally start ignoring people entirely. Unless it's a comment not being backseated. Like, the jail. Yeah, the jail is over here for things that are actually harmful to other people, can cause harm. AKA turning without a blinker can cause a lot of accidents. And then also mouth noises. Oh, no, absolutely not. And being rude to service workers, of course. Disgusting. Not returning your shopping cart also can cause harm. Unbehaved kids in public, that's on the parents, not the kids. I'm putting the parents in jail. Stupid internet comments, because a lot of people go way too far with internet comments, especially nowadays. People get way too comfy being absolutely disgusting on the internet in the sense of like actual harmful comments. And then clout chasers in the sense that people are just using other people to get a leg up. Not a fan. That's the worst category here. And then for what I do, I didn't know covering your mouth when you're yawning is a thing you're supposed... Is that something you're supposed to do? I know some people do it, but I feel like it was like more like, oh, I don't want people to see like my entire mouth. I think it might be gross, but like, I don't care. Leaving the toilet seat up is immediately jail for you because if you flush... Oh, I was saying that. I was actually specifically saying that. But I was like, at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing. Especially if you live in a place that has a toilet specifically in its own room, which I prefer everything to have, but yeah, it's fine. Brush your teeth and tongue with stuff. Yeah. I close the seat all the time. And there's an OCD, so it is the worst thing. Oh, same. I have really bad, like, I'm a germaphobe. It's really bad. Henri, how's it going? How's it going? We read Chat's Anonymous Confessions, and now we're doing a Pet Peeves tier list before we play games later. How was your stream? Hello, hello. Thank you, Buzzbee. How's everyone doing? If anyone's new here, hey, I'm Rye, or Crisis or Chorus. All work, play variety games here. Primarily love the RPG and horror variety. We're having a Just Chatting segment from our Rye-a-thon. We hit some incentives during our 3 years of streaming celebration. And now we are chilling, doing... This is in place of an Ask Me Anything format, because we didn't get any questions. So we're talking about our pet peeves. Playing Street Fighter. Oh, do you like fighting games? I've never played any besides like Smash Bros. I'm really bad at remembering combinations. But yes, everyone go follow Henri if you're not already. One of my VTuber siblings. Make sure to go send some love on over. We love all of our VTuber siblings here. Everyone's absolutely amazing. Make sure to send, again, some love on over. Also, if you're a fan of like a Souls-like, Henri also is familiar. Just make sure you send some love on over. If anyone needs to raid and fade, raid and run, please do so. Take care of yourselves. Eat out, rest, all that good stuff. I'm currently yapping, and I have been for the past 2 hours. We're here chilling. We're here chilling. Like Smash game. Yeah, let's go. You love fighting games? I'm really bad at remembering combinations, but I like Smash because it's fun playing all the like characters. Although we have to play Tekken at some point. I need to learn how to play a fighting game. It's one of the charity goals from last year. Sleepy Super, you finally made your DVD. Oh, let's go. Did everything work properly? I know you were like having some technical difficulties there. Everything work out. But yeah, Busby, I was talking about how I'm like a huge germaphobe and I also get really uncomfortable around that, but I also understand that I come from a place of like also understanding that's not applying to everyone. So obviously while I would like it and I would like communicate that, if I'm like out of place, I'm like, it's not the worst thing, you know? Twitch OCD and breaking the hives, and when you touch something you haven't personally gets infected. Heard it and needed to say it. Oh, it's really bad. I get like I don't bring on the hives. Thankfully my skin does not, I don't think ever gets hives. But I'll keep thinking about it. I'll have to like I'll scrub my like hands or any surface down to like the point of like things being like raw. So I get it. Do you want to play Street Fighter 6 or Tekken? Yeah, that's the most recent Tekken. I think that's what we're gonna play here. Yeah, well, we should. But hey, Lizzie. Hello. Welcome on in. I got a bunch of blank DVDs and an extra menu. Ooh, let's go. Nice. I'm excited for you. But yeah, so generally we play a lot of games here. I'm also a big yapper, of course. We're doing a just chatting time with a pet peeves tier list. We also did an anonymous confession reading earlier where chat had submitted confessions and we were reading them out earlier. That's like the first like hour of the stream, and the second hour has been mostly this. So I'm gonna cook, but I'll be back. Oh, yo, let's go. I hope you enjoy your food. Thanks so much again for bringing your community on over. Everyone from my side again. Everyone send love over on to Henri if you're not already following them. They're great. Bringing great vibes. Once again, make sure to send some love on over. Eggs? Oh gosh, we were talking about how I'm allergic to eggs. That's why I'm a picky eater, because I'm like, it's not picky, but also it could be like a problem for other people if they're like making food. Is everyone send love on to Henri? That's so unfortunate. It is. They're in so many different things. Gonna eat Doombun? Oh no. Oh no. Honey bun with egg? Oh, I want bread now. Me over here like, wait, well, that part sounds great. But yeah, so going in, everyone. Once again, if anyone does need a peace out, please do so. Take care of yourself. Self-care is the best care. We're just chatting time, and we'll play games later. But once again, if anyone does need a peace out, please do so. But yeah, a lot of these come from the place of like, I can understand where a lot of them come from, but I also elaborated on them a lot. So, me too! I keep sanitizer on me all the time too! I've been washing your hands for a long time, gotten better about it though. So how your hands are red. I was saying that if I like get the ick, that's what happens. Like you're saying you get hives, right? I get the ick to the point where I can't stop doing it. Like I'm kind of like, I need to like clean. But like, I wash my hands regularly and everything. But let's go. I'm glad that it's gotten better. Let's go. But yeah, I also sanitize very frequently. Things around as well, not just me. I am a germaphobe. But I'm also like very cluttered. I have the ADHD pile. That's a lot going on. I feel like chalk does me the sound of chalk, but I don't know. That's why it's been there for so long. But yeah, we're talking about bad spelling or grammar. I feel like if it gets the point across, again, I don't care. That's the entire point of language, to just get like a message across, communicate. And unless like it's someone correcting their own grammar, like it's chill. I don't like when people like feel they need to, but if someone's like, I like to, entirely chill. If you though do feel like you need to correct someone else's, and like Busby said, it's not just because like they're being a douche. And you're like, I'm gonna be petty about it. And in general, I don't feel like bad spelling or grammar needs to be corrected at all. It is just chalk. If you need to talk to anything, you have to wash your hands with hot water. No, you have to do that. Do you still have to when you watch every meal? If I never touched it with your fingers. Oh, same. And I also wash my hands before I eat anything as well. Because I'm like, I don't want to like consume that. No, I get it. I get it entirely. I also love your fat cat badge. Let's go. Stop putting that in it's chill. I don't personally have bad spelling and or grammar. Unless I'm like, I misclick somewhere. But I was also expressing as someone who like took several years studying. I have like a degree in English lit and like creative writing and like writing specifically. If someone's generally writing something out, it's completely fine. Again, the purpose of it is to communicate. It is just chalk though. I keep staring at it. Pushing people's boundaries when they firmly set them. Absolutely not. Put that in jail. Put that away. Absolutely not. And I always say to people like streamers like rules are basically like their boundaries. And a lot of people like don't read them at all. I'm like, that is a very specific way to know exactly what people's boundaries are. Just look at it. Types horribly, cursive in other languages is illegible comparably. That is so fair. You know, but if it gets a message across. And if you ask for clarification, I also feel like that's chill, you know? Ah. Cursive looks so I love writing in cursive. I feel like a lot of people don't know cursive anymore, do they? Asking for advice and not taking it. So someone came to me for advice. Oh, I would feel so honored. Well, I'd be like, wow. But not taking it. So is it an instance of them asking for advice, not taking it, but then asking someone else for advice and then also taking that advice that you just gave? Like someone else gives the same exact advice and then they take it from someone else? That bothers me. It happens frequently enough, right? If someone just asks for advice though, and it doesn't take it in general, and then doesn't take that same, as long as they don't take that same advice from someone else. I think it's fine. But if they ask for advice, then like get that same advice from someone else, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this other person helped me out so much with this piece," I'd be like, "No, here you go. I'll allow it." That's so funny. I saw it. I saw it. Is it cursive? Can't even tell the letters apart? No, I have seen it. I can't tell the letters apart even when they're not in cursive. Some people ask for advice on fighting games, not listen, so you tell them to go away. That's so fair. But I feel like there's a difference between asking advice and not taking it. General, like, okay. But like asking, I've had people like ask for advice or like I give advice. And then people like don't take it then. And then they're like, then they do something later and they're like, oh yeah, I thought of it myself. Or I took this advice for someone else. And I'm like, oh. I think it's fine if it's just what is being said here. Asking for advice and not taking it. For me personally. Like, I think it's chill. But then the later part, I wouldn't be. Using expired internet slang. What's some expired internet slang, guys? I don't know. I feel like I still probably use it all. So it's probably me. I do this and I'm not ashamed because I don't know. Oh, the leet speak? Why isn't leet with the threes? What's an example of leet speak though? I think expires on the internet. True. Pwned? Oh, I don't use it. But I'm not bothered by it. Is that just Sarah? Oh, just using numbers for different letters? Is that what it is? The people who do it for fighting games will complain that they don't understand what's going on, but still refuse to take advice. That's fair. If you keep having to like repeat yourself and then you're like, I can't help you. No, that's fair. That's fair. I can see that being frustrating. What else is expired internet slang? Guys, is this expired? I will still use the XD. Is that fine? Or is that expired internet slang? That's how I laugh, guys. I'll use it. Exactly, but I do like a lowercase one because like the uppercase one kind of like gets a bit that feels a little excessive to me, but still. Exactly. Is that shelves? Okay, so that's not expired. So it's leet speak. So I need to like use my letters. I feel like a lot of the younger generations will, yeah. Not true. Not true. I will still use it though. I'm an XDer, guys. I will use it. Oh, is uwu? Would uwu speak be expired internet? I don't know woo, but I would. Okay, I'm gonna put it in I do it. I'm not. I probably do. I mean, like, I don't use uwu, but like, I would. Like, it's not my regular like vocab, but I would still use it. Okay, yeah, it goes over here. Oh, I feel like this is, Lizzie, I feel like this is more what I would put akin to your asking for advice and not taking it. Someone's begging for help, and then they won't take it. And they keep asking for help, and then they won't take it because they want something else, maybe. It's not the help that they so want. So it's someone begging for something, but like being selective about it. That would be annoying. I feel like that would be annoying. If someone's like, I need help with something, but like not that help. General. I feel like that could be. I'm putting that in disrespectful. Respect me and respect my help. Oh, I've never done that. But I would use uwu as like a joke. I've never used uwu seriously. But I have been like, if someone's like fake, like mad at me, like pretending to be like mad or upset, I'll be like the uwu. Or like the what is it? The colon 3 and then like the C. Yeah, exactly, as a joke. Exactly. I'll do those. I'll do those things. I'll do a good old this as well. Yeah. Has everyone ever used it? Yeah, I have seen people use it, but it's like, I would see that's expired. It hasn't been used for a while like that. I will do a good old, the cat face with like the paw. I will do that. But if it's a serious conversation, I would not. But like, honestly, feel like we're joking around. Be chilling, you know. But a picky beggar, yeah. So like in the same category of like people being like, I need help with like X, Y, or Z. And you offer help in forms of A, B, C. And they're like, no. That'd be annoying. What's an example of unironic wooing? It'll be this one, right? It'd be this. You go up to that message. I said but yum. Seizing other people's interest. Oh! No, so like people are like like this like hobby or whatnot is cringe or something. Go away. It's cringe calling other people cringe or being actually like horrendous to someone. Like it's cringe to be rude to a service worker. Teasing people's interest? No! Jail! Get in jail! Didn't that give you psychic damage? Yeah, I've never seen people like full sentence it, but yeah. They're not cringe at all. They're your interest and your hobby. But yeah, I think the only thing that's like, quote, cringe is literally teasing up people's interest and saying that they're cringe. Are cringing, you're proud? Yo, let's go, guys. Me too. I'm over here yapping on the internet. We're all cringing proud. Oh, I hate this. I feel like this is coming back, and I don't know why. I hate my wife humor. I think it's coming back, and I don't know why, guys. Well, I'm like, why are you in a relationship if you're gonna be like, Lamau, I hate my wife? Cease. That's not me worse. I'm ugly and I'm proud. No, exactly. I am proud. I hate my wife humor though. No. Need wife. Putting it over here. You like... If your only humor, the only thing you can think of that's funny is you talking trash about your life partner, I do believe you probably should get a better sense of humor. Can stay 50 feet away from me. Exactly. It's never been funny. And I know it's like a more common thing now, and I don't know why it's making a resurgence. It died for like 20 years, and now it's coming back. Like humor about they say like me man wife make man happy because it's oonga boonga. Also fair. Also fair. Man need wife. My Tomodachi life characters. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. We do have an honest laws on case anyone ever wants to stay in a lurk mode. Never want to call any of our lurkers out, but thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Is Clear Obscura still playing? Hold on. Oh, it still is. It's really quiet though. Oh, it's a louder song. Lizzie, thank you so much for that follow. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Once again, we have an honest follows on because if SFing was like not talking in chat, I won't call anyone out. Well, thanks so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. It's been so nice talking to you and meeting you. And water. Whatever, I guess. Wanna gomage the list? I am gonna gomage the list. But yeah, we've had very quietly in the background Claire Obscure the entire time for the past 2 hours. This soundtrack is amazing. Overly lewd-minded. I'm gonna take this in the sense that it's not you looking at anime characters and being like, wow, they're hot. I'm imagining this is in the sense that you can't look at someone without being like, smash. I don't think yeah, I'll be going that's in jail. That's how close you are with them? Yeah, I'm taking it from the sense of... It says overly, right? So I'm assuming it's even if they don't know someone, they'd just be like, look at someone in public and be like, yo, they're so hot. And that makes me uncomfortable. Because that's not you making jokes with your friends. That's like you sexually harassing someone. But like even if you're like not talking to someone, you're still making those comments, even if they're not directly to that person. That's where my mind's going with this. And that's for that reason, I want to put it in jail. Because it says over. It's not lewd-minded, it's overly. Because you've had friends like that, and I've had to tell them to tone it down because they made you so uncomfortable. I don't know if you're an ad, so... Oh, 100%. I've also had friends like this. Oh, do you guys want to hear the experience? I'll wait until ads are ended. But I have an experience, like I've experienced people who... Oh wait, because this is a lot to elaborate on. I'm still putting it in overly jail. Because this is overly lewd-minded. And And lewd-minded, fine. Overly, though? No. No. You were with your guy friend when you were working on a project and you were having, quietly blushing, having, oh no, I'm so sorry. Line cutting. What? I don't care, actually. Depends what the event is, but I don't care. We don't have many left. Okay, I'm assuming that we're at the end that this is the sound of chalk on a chalkboard. Is it the screeching sound or just regular chalk? I figured, Sleepy Super, I figured. So I wanted to elaborate and also for Lizzie. Because I have friends like that had a ton of texts that made you uncomfortable. I completely feel you. And you're also elaborating that you're demisexual. I'm also a proud ace individual, right? And I also do not like, unless it's fictional characters, then I don't care. If someone's talking about their real life segs life or making like actual like graphic segs comments and everything, I also am not a fan. I have no attraction to people to people you have no relationship at all. Yeah, exactly. No, I feel that. And moving on. No, I entirely feel you. We're happy to also have another ace friend here. Let's go. Fictional characters, exact. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? But yeah, if it's not for like fictional characters, but I was gonna elaborate. I've known people who would be like, maybe I'm meeting someone like, so person A. I'm meeting person A's like friend. I would immediately like, this has happened with multiple people. I would immediately know if they've smashed a person I'm meeting, like casual, like fling, like smash. And then they would tell me like how the segs was, and I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want it. I'm like, please get out, no. I'm like, that's what I don't want to hear. You missed, yeah, that was like the first hour, and then the second, a little over an hour here, has been pet peeves. Baldur's Gate is a perfect man for you. Oh, Gale! I think I also romanced Gale on Baldur's Gate 3, but it was because I am easy in video games. And I just, whoever like hits on my characters first, I'll just be like, Shola. Unless they're horrible. Himbo. Yeah, when chat calls me a himbo, and they're right. How's pet peeves are going good. They're going good. We have a pretty full list here. It's pretty stacked. Oh, whoops there. Whoa. Okay, it's back. Chill. But here's the list so far. Jail, the worst category, has turning without a blinker because it's actually a hazard to other people. I personally don't like mouth sounds. I don't like them at all. So like both the like mouth sound things are up here. If they're an able-bodied person. That's the next one? Was that the next one? Line cutting? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Being rude to service workers. Because a lot of people treat service workers and people who are like in customer service like they're not human. Anyone who does that, scum, you of course. Never turn your shopping cart, because again, that can be another hazard. It can crash in someone's car. It can move into someone like driving. It could just be not great. Unbehaved kids in public, it's on the parents in jail because, like, the parents go into jail because raise your kids, bro. Stupid internet comments because the people getting a little, overzealous with their internet comments. I was, like, leading into that. I feel like that includes, for me, when people are, like, going into people's DMs to, like, send, like, death threats. People feel really comfortable doing that nowadays. They need to stop. Misophobia. Yeah, y'all, let's go. Also, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I love watching mukbang, so you can't stand it in real life. I don't know if I like mukbang. So like a mukbang format, I feel like is eating like a ton of food. But if someone's just like eating out at a place, I'm like, that looks great. I'd be chill. But I feel like mukbangs like are just about like shoving a bunch of food in your mouth. That makes sense. So like, well, like a mukbang if someone's actually like, enjoying and savoring the food. It's so easy to put the cart. Yeah, where you got it. Exactly. You get shy in the grocery store, any place in public. Oh, I get so much anxiety. I am panic attack central. Hey, let's go, guys. What about consequences? No, exactly. Exactly. So we're at line cutting. So someone gets in front of me. Again, I was saying that depending on the situation, I wouldn't really care about like if it's like someone that I'm thinking specifically, I've been at places where like I maybe have several items, like if I'm going grocery shopping or something, and a lot of times I do this, it's only like once or twice a month. And a lot of times I have like a decent amount of items. If someone has like one or two things, I'm like, you can get ahead of me. But if someone like goes and like cuts in line without asking, especially if you're like at an exclusive event. I was also then thinking of like you're like at a place that has like a limited amount of people who can go. Maybe like a place like only offers like 100 customers or something. Someone's like line cutting. No. But I feel like that's disrespectful to everyone in line. So I feel like disrespectfully, stay away, you know? Tell them their mother. I would just tell their mother. Or their father. Or their parental guardian. Let them deal with it. I'm so sorry that that happened. People are way too chill with doing that now. Again, nowadays. It happened. I feel like a lot of people are really chill with doing really trashy stuff, especially after the Panny D COVID hit. And it was already like kind of like obviously not great before then, but I feel like a lot of people just like lost a lot of their humanity and consideration for other people after like being quarantined down for a while. That's how the feeder format is what you call it. I remember when, like, my mukbangs were coming out a ton. Like, there's, like, a ton of food. Like, just an eating thing. Like, I'd be chilling, but I do not like mouth sounds, no. But, like, yeah, I would, as long as people are enjoying their food, I'd be chill, you know? Across the continent from the kid? Oh, you know them? Oh, no! Yeah, you should definitely tell their parents then. Oh yeah, we were going with chalk being... So is this the sound of chalk general? Or the sound of it, the screeching noise it can occasionally make? Sound of chalk general does not bother me. Screeching sound, horrendous. Are they talking about the screeching sound? I feel like part of this quintessential mukbang is loudly eating and kind of messy. Yeah, the messy part's what I don't like. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't like ASMR in general though. The asthma, not my thing. So is it in general though? I like using chalk. I also like drawing with chalk. But if it's like a sound of a chalk on a chalkboard, especially like the screech, I'm just like, that's not it. This is not clarifying the screeching sound. This is the regular sound of chalk. It's fine. If it was the screeching sound, I would say disrespectful. Thinking about it makes your teeth feel like something is rubbing against them. Like the general like sound of it. Do you not get the tingles, or do you like... You don't get them. From chalk or from mukbangs? The tingles? I don't get tingles. There's tingles from something? ASMR? Oh, I just get gross. I get nothing. I'm like... Especially, I also like when people like start whispering or like start like... clicking their nails and everything. I'm like, what's happening? Bro, I don't like any ASMR. I do not get any tingles. But I know it's like a huge thing a lot of people do enjoy. And while I do not get that same enjoyment, I'm glad that it is a popular format for people who do enjoy it. And a lot of people, it's like their brains get like soothed by it. And I do appreciate for them. When you think about eating a crumbly cookie, it's the green texture. I feel that whenever. Ooh, I love a cookie. Is you enjoy? Not generally, no. I'm okay with people regularly talking. I'm like, chill. If I hear my friends talking, I'm like, I feel so happy because I'm around my friends. That is about it. That's about it. But it's specifically because I'm like, I'm around people I enjoy. I do not want any whispering in my ears. No. I'm gonna get that away. What's everyone's favorite noise if you enjoy an asthma? Again, I'm okay with people talking. Me over here. I watch streams. When I'm not like streaming, I watch other people's streams and chill. A game sound? Music from games. But no, I don't get like a, you know, like some people like a clicking sound, maybe like something like a good like calculator sound or something. No, I don't. White noise, nature sounds. Yeah, I'm chill with those. Oh, a rain. Ooh. But not bacon sizzling. Not the videos. Not the videos of of rain. An actual like rain lightly tapping against like glass or whatnot. I'm chill, yeah. Your teacher got really mad when a kid put cleaning spray on the whiteboard. Smell of a boiling. A teacher yelled. I feel like they shouldn't be a teacher, respectfully. Teachers can be being a teacher is one of the most stressful jobs anyone can ever have. But at the end of the day, if you're yelling at a bunch of children, you should not be a teacher. Do you feel relaxation or tingly? No, I'm just like, it's nice. I'm trying to think of any sound I hear of them, like... No. I get like... People have like the Pokemon bot on their streams when they're like it pops up and I hear like a Pokemon sound. I'm like, ooh. I'm like hyper fixated on Pokemon, so that's why it's happening. A cat purring, oh, it makes me happy. But I don't get any I don't feel any different way. Autonomous sensory meridian response. It can be anything. Maybe it's trying to sound to play. No! Trying to think of what I would hear. Honestly, when I hear the mad taint now, I know people are here, guys. Oh god. We have a sound redeemed that is that I made from Elden Ring. It's just the mad taint. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything. Makes me feel chill. Not me getting a dopamine hit. Really do experience soothes them. Yeah! I know a lot of people get a lot of like relaxation out of ASMR. Again, that's why I like how it's more of a... It's get more like popular, more people have more access to it too. I hydrate though. My back didn't crack. Hey. A specific pet peeve is calling customer service. Honestly, me making phone calls is a pet peeve, so I get it. The Titanic movie puts you to sleep? So fair. So fair. What's the dude's name? Is it Leonardo? His acting probably could put a lot of people to sleep. I can be mean to him because he's kind of creepy. In a pest kind of way, so. Yeah, that dude. Hit me like one of your French girls, and yes, he is, yeah. A lot of people get their channels bonked because of Algos always assumes it's some mom asthma. Is it because people's like voice? Oh no. I know that we'll never get bonked here for that, bro. I don't think that bots can like the algo can even interpret what I'm saying half the time, so. You're watching it on a karaoke machine. Oh. Wow. That's impressive. Let's go. Trying to think of anything that like scratches my brain. Sound-wise, no. Sound-wise, no. I would say petting cats like and animals does that, but that's not the sound. But it's probably the same feeling. A perfect combo sound or something, bro. The perfect combo sound is me just getting like a bunch of Pokemon. Give me a lineup of shinies. Give me the shiny Pokemons. Oh, line them up. My first ever shiny, guys. We got like a few months ago. It was Slowpoke. Honestly, you can't tell Slowpoke's a shiny, but that's okay. It's fine. Snorts a line of shiny Pokemon cards. Cuddling them? Oh, they don't want to cuddle. They don't want to cuddle. But petting, yo, I'd be like, hey, buddy. Oh, the VCR was connected to the back of it. Yeah, I just never have used a carrying machine, so I like, that's going to be interesting. Oh, we're always asking for money. Wow, so someone's like constantly coming up to me and being like, can I have money? My first question is why they're asking me specifically for it, because I have none. But if someone's always asking for money over and over again and they can't pay it back, and like, the assumption is that they are going to pay it back, or they're not going to, asking. Someone comes up to me, asks for money. I have none. If I had money, I would give it to them. If someone gave me, like, if I had money, if I had the capability of giving people money, I would. That's the thing. The concept of someone always asking for money, but I think it's, I mean, I'm assuming this is in a way that's kind of malicious and kind of like trash. So I'll do a respectful stay away. Feel good if we ask for money, no matter the price. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do. I also do if I ever need money. And I occasionally do need cash because I need like medication or whatnot. But I feel like I'm not always, like, you know, like, always asking for money. But if someone's, like, always asking for money. Like, if so, okay, actually, I'm gonna revisit this. Someone only talks to someone to ask to borrow money. Or have money. That's the only reason, or, like, 90% of the conversations. Yeah. No, that's a disrespect. That's because I don't feel like that's being respectful for the person you're talking to. Okay, it's going over there. Not apologizing. General not apologizing. I think it's fine. If you want me to talk to someone for money in jail, yeah, because I feel like a lot of these are like, all these are up here because I'm like, it's not being respectful to other people around. That's what a lot of the disrespectful category is. But not apologizing general. How bad is it? General, though. Like, if someone, like, spilled something on me, I don't know. I got water spilled on me. I don't care. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. Oh, I get it. Dropped half your eggs. Oh, no! Are they, like, on the floor, too? Or were they salvageable? Oh, my fingers. I'm so sorry. Look, guys, it's in cracking knuckles again. I'm so sorry. I do this and I'm not ashamed. Accidents do happen. Exactly! Okay, yeah. No, that's exactly what you're phrasing it right. If it's an accident and someone doesn't apologize for it, I feel like that's different. But if you do something and you acknowledge it and you're like, I'm just gonna not apologize. I'm gonna do it's fine. I don't really care. On the floor? No! I'm so sorry! Can you make any more or are you like out of them? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Cracking knuckles? I just did. Me too. Yeah, me too. So I'm cracking everything. If you hurt- Oh yeah! You know, if you hurt anyone else around me, animals or people included, then oh. No. Mikael, how's it going? Welcome on in, Raiders. How was your stream? What are you guys doing today? We're almost done our pet peeves tier list. That's the last of the eggs. Okay, there's the sandwich is still good. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Do you put anything else on your sandwiches? Or is it like just the like toast and egg? Some more Cold Steel. Oh, let's go. How are you liking it? Yes, if you want another Trails fan, guys. I was gonna say Cold Steel fan, which yes, but Trails general. Mikael is currently playing through this series on Cold Steel 4. Go check them out. Go check them out. Let me get you a shout out. But yes, welcome on in, everyone. Everyone's in love over on to Mikael if you're not already following them. And if anyone needs to raid and fade, raid and run, please do so. Take care of yourselves, eat, hydrate, all that good stuff. What's Cold Steel? Trails of Cold Steel 4 is a turn-based combat game with a lot of like mechs. This is Max, but mechs, giant mech. Oh gosh, dang it! But you know, that's what I can spell. Hey, let's go. The opposite of cold dirt, hot dirt, indeed. Be toasty. Be like in a volcano. You're being here, and thanks so much for bringing your community on over. Once again, if you need to peace out, please do so. Take care of yourself. This applies to everyone. If anyone needs to raid and fade, raid and run, if anyone needs to peace out at any point in time, please do so, guys. Take care of yourselves. Self-care is the best care. If you're doing a pet peeves tier list, we did our anonymous confessions reading earlier from chat's anonymous confessions. So it's been a big just chatting time. And after we're done here, we're going to play some Octopath Traveler 0. And we're also going to play Trails Beyond the Horizon tomorrow, which is further on in that line. Basically, the Trails series currently has 13 games out in its main line. But I think it has really good and cool world building. And I would recommend it if you really like a good storytelling, if you like a good world building, you like characters that are very solid and have good character development. I would recommend it. So many. Yeah, we're on 13 out of a current 13 out. And as they are JRPGs, after like the first 3 games, they start getting to be like 100 hours long. It's been a long journey, but it's been fun. It's been fun. Has guac? Oh, I love guac. Oh. I love a guac. I don't think I missed anything else. Given how far into this, oh yeah, we're super far in. We're close to 4, so you need Reverie, Daybreak 1, and 2. So we're 4 games ahead, yeah. But you're almost caught up. You're almost caught up. You're like getting there. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. They start to have to bring your community on over. Yes, we are very much very far into the Trail series. If anyone wants to also avoid spoilers, we're playing again tomorrow. We're not playing it today, though. We're playing Octopath Traveler 0. As pull on each other, too. Being late. This is gonna sound horrible. Depends on who you are, because your cousin and aunts are always late. So you tell them ahead of time, like hours ahead, so they may be on time. So pull this, too. Doing Reverie after Cold Steel 4, then back to Daybreak. Yes, that's the order to play them, yeah. So you have Reverie, Daybreak 1, and 2. So we're on the 4th game ahead of you. Yeah. Because I would say you need to play Reverie to play Daybreak. I feel like that I think you actually need that more than you need to play Cold Steel, like the 4 games than you would need to play. Like, I feel like if you play Reverie, that's actually a good recap of the prior games in the series. Before you go into Daybreak. Put it on hold because you wanted to play them in order again. Yeah, it's so fair. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I do recommend. I do recommend. Being late. I do this on the regular. I am frequently like an hour to 2 hours late to our own streams. Yay! I try not to be, though. I do my best to be on time. I am late very frequently. I am late in a majority of scenarios. So I'm just gonna show for tonight. Take care. Thank you so much again for hanging out, Henri. I'm so sorry that your eggs dropped. I hope you can still find something to enjoy. Thanks so much again for bringing your community on over. I always appreciate you. Once again, guys, make sure you go follow Henri, who raided in about, I want to say like 40 minutes ago. Go send some love on back over. Want to talk to me more about your cousin would spend literal hours on makeup and foundation, mascara, and lip gloss, and hair that just had the straight ends. So I typically am late because of my mental, and not in a bad way. My brain just processes time very poorly, and I do better than I did before. But I do have like ADHD, which is not entirely. I also have like anxiety, and I also like have time like trouble time planning and everything. So I am late very frequently, but I do my best. And I feel like we've gotten better on a lot of days, but I am very frequently late. Egg donation. I have some. They would kill me too. They're not for me though. But I would still hand them over. I'll hand them over. Go from work, sit down, 5 hours pass. And that's exactly me, Roro. I don't even realize how much time passes. I'm like, surely it's only been like 20 minutes. It's 2 hours. You guys have seen me playing actual games though, and I'm like, I thought it was like people a lot of times come into stream and I know what time they wake up, and I'm like, there's no shot it's like 6 a.m. No, it's past that. And I'm like, oh no. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of thing. I'm like, there's no way. No, there will. It happened. It happened. That happens frequently. Happens a lot. Yeah. Calling customer service. This is the aspect of calling customer service specifically, right? This is phone calls in general for me if I have to make a phone call. I hate it. It's the worst thing for my anxiety. If there's though anything that is worse for me than actual public speaking in front of multiple people, like actually looking at me, it's making a phone call. And then this is customer service, who they try to get you to like buy extra stuff. Misgendered? Oh, me too. But I get misgendered all the time, so it's fine. It's not fine. But it happens a lot. Y'all pronoun party, guys! What's everyone's pronouns? My pronouns are he, they, and I'm non-binary, but masculining. Like, I know a trans woman. Yeah! And then they're like, no, they like double down a lot of the time. No, I get it. No, I get it. Phone calls. I hate them. I hate them with every fiber of my being. And then we wait. Products that don't work. Okay. How much money did I spend on them? Can I return them? There's questions to be asked, but we'll wait. She, they, trans, femme. Let's go. Let's go. And we're waiting. Thank you guys for watching ads. I'm looking at my future prospects though. Copycats. Oh, is this one someone? This one someone repeats the advice. There's several things. Oh, okay. I'm seeing the chalk and I'm seeing pencil squeaking up above. We're gonna equivalate pencil squeaking to like the sound chalk can make. Oh, clear obscure music, so nice. Did you guys hear? So we were waiting for Tides of Annihilation news, right? But I think the wait's gonna be a bit longer now because Jennifer English had to step down from the role of like the main character. So then they have to like find someone else and also like voice whatever lines might have been voiced before. It's for health reasons though. It's for health reasons. So I hope that she does get better. Oh man, yeah. But I was excited to see updates, but I did feel bad about that. Still, it does look super cool. It does look super cool. All right, we're back. We're locked in. But let's go, Lizzie. Yes, but we try to wait, especially during like big just chatting time, especially when we're like trying to be like locked in with like a versus our community discussion. All of these, right? Especially those. We wait. But yes, my pronouns are he, they. Any of those are fine. I just not like anything feminine reference to me. Nice to see that they take the voice cast seriously though. Yeah! It's super chill. I'm excited for it. I could have rushed it out. They could have. For Tides of Annihilation, they could have. I'm super looking forward to it. It looks gorgeous, and I'm excited to hear more about it. And again, I'm still excited to see news, because that means they're still like working on it, right? What voice so during ads, I started yapping about Tides of Annihilation. It's like, it looks like a somewhat open world game inspired by, I'm pretty sure, a Greek mythos. But the Arthurian legend, and like also like, yeah, the Arthurian legend, but also like Greek mythos too, and all that. I think it's mostly the Arthurian legend though. Looks super cool though. Coming out. It's like, it's been announced for about a year now, but haven't had any updates recently. But like one of the main voice actors for it had to step down because her health isn't the best. So we're saying how the wait would be a little bit longer, but I'm glad she's taking time away for her health. Products that don't work can go to jail. Looks like magic summoning DMC. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. Is it single player? I think it's going to be. I don't know. Not much is out about it yet. Because it's not, the game's not officially out. Just been like waiting for news for it. Products that don't work though. My first question was, how much does it cost? And can I return it if it doesn't work? If I can do that, it's fine. If it's not a returnable product, though, and I have to, like, have it, I don't know. But Devil May Cry 5, because Old Dante looks hot. I don't even know what they look like. We played 1 and 2. I'm over here with my unpopular opinion that I like the gameplay style of Devil May Cry 2. The most hated Devil May Cry. And while the story didn't really give much, I like the gameplay. 9% of the time, the products can't be returned. If you even opened it, yeah. I'll be respectful about it, but I would prefer them to work, of course. No backbone, general. So you can't, someone that can't stand up for themselves. I think that's fine. Since a lot of times people who cannot stand up for them, like, who have, like, no backbone, feel like they can't stand up for themselves, either have past trauma about standing up for themselves, have some sort of, like, PTSD, and or have some form of anxiety. I don't really see any issue with not having, quote, no backbone. As long as you're okay with accepting help from other people who might also be able to speak up for you. I don't see any sort of issue here. Working to get a backbone. We're very like pro like mental health, like, and I understand that different people have different disabilities or like are going through different things. And disabilities obviously are not always physical. There's also invisible illnesses. There's also different things maybe going on mentally. I think it's fine. As long as you're willing to also accept help, because you deserve someone to speak up for you. You deserve that help, and you deserve to get things that you like need. Generally, you. Unless they're literally missing their backbone. Is none? Wait, it's like that raccoon. That raccoon is missing a majority of the spine. Is that Jimothy? Cute little guy. I think it's fine as long as like you're okay with accepting other people helping you as well. Advocating for yourself isn't always important. Exactly. I completely agree. And I think that different ways to express it are come to different people. If you can be like talking to someone else, maybe like one-on-one and saying something, or maybe like talking to someone else and like you need help, I think that's entirely fine. Using animals as decorations, one of my least favorite things. I've talked about this before. The next one is jail. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there too. It's one of my least favorite things. The amount of times I've seen people be like, I'm just gonna buy another like pet because I just want one. Or I'm gonna just get this animal because they like look cute. And like you, basically this is like using them as a decoration. You're not treating them like an actual living thing. And from my premise, like my mindset, the premise here is that to me, animals, if you're having them and you're like having a pet, they're family. But if you're like just being like using a pet or an animal as a possession to be like, look at this, what I have, look at this thing. You have to acknowledge that that's a real living thing with real feelings, even if they cannot communicate them through words, right? So I'm going to put that in jail because animals, even if it is on a different level, do still have feelings and they still are a living being and you should respect them. Not just an accessory. Overly clumsy. This is a pet peeve? From my interpretation of overly clumsy, that is someone doing their darndest and doing their best, and they just, like, are clumsy. That can be a pet peeve. No, it's chill. I'm not clumsy. But if someone's, like, tripping over everything 24/7, I don't care. Just wrap them up. Yeah, put them in, also, or let's put them like in one of those, like, hamster bubbles. You can't help it. I remember, like, that's a pet peeve for people. Even when it happens in horror movies, I think it's funny, though. Someone's, like, falling over, like, every, like, 5, like, seconds. Like, running away from, like, a killer. I think it's funny. Like, I don't... So, like, I feel like that's something that, in a majority of cases, people, like, can't control. Unless that's specifically stemming from someone just not paying enough attention to their surroundings. Which is what I'm not getting from overly clumsy. I think that people just be falling over or whatnot. Or, like, bumping into stuff. I don't... that's chill. Breaking someone else's property. What do you do after the fact? Do you say that you did and apologize for it? Do you try to be like, no, it wasn't me? And, or if you're in a position to, do you offer to replace it or pay for it? Obviously not in all cases you're able to do so, but like, how do you respond to it? I hate my body. Something you say in your head all the time because the limbs won't behave. So fair. So fair. So from neurological conditions, a lot of the time they do, yeah. Picking to be cute, like, I have bad spatial. Okay, if someone like needs glasses and don't wear glasses, so they're bumping into everything. That's a different story. That's a different story because like, and they have access to glasses. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. You over here. I know people who are like, these glasses aren't cute, so I'm not gonna wear them. I'm like, my guy. You cannot see without them. What are you doing? Mind you, they have glasses. Everyone I know who needs glasses, who do this same thing, do not wear glasses. And I'm just like, you can't see. What are you doing? Wear contacts, also an option for a lot of people, yeah. I know that some people like can't. There's like a whole thing about like touching their eye and all that. I have the eye ick as well. I wear color contacts for cosplays a lot of the time, and I'm just like, ugh. But yeah. But yeah, no, in most cases, clumsy, I would put in. It's chill. Those drops away from you or you will thrash. I have to regularly put eye drops in my eyes. That stinks. I have chronic dry eye. But plus point, I like physically can't cry in most cases, so because my eyes are too dry. If they're going to be stubborn and say they don't want to wear glasses, then they should need to eyeball up and wear contacts. No, I agree. You cried too much? No! I'm so sorry. Yeah, I can't. My eyes just do not produce enough tears. I drop my eyes several times a day. I've never met someone act to be clumsy to be like acting cute though. I love the eyeball up too. I do love the eyeball up. Or breaking someone else's property. Also, is this on purpose? I have several questions. How do you respond when you do so? Do you apologize and like pay for whatever thing if you can? Or offer to help out with something? I don't know, like some sort of compensation. And or is it on purpose? Oh, I break everything in video games. Oh my god. You guys already know. I will go get all that loot. On the tier list, we're almost done. We're almost done. I have been yapping though. It's been 2 hours. But it's fine. We're chilling. We're chilling. I'm going to assume breaking someone else's property was not intentional. And it was an accident. To which it's fine. I don't see an issue. Like if you're not doing it on purpose, it's disruptive regardless. But like, it's like I feel like there's like a difference between if it's fine for me, if there was an intent or not. Does that make sense? If you like were trying to break someone's stuff and then you broke it, that's a different level for me. Whether if like you just like bumped into something, I don't know. Whoops! I knocked your plate off your table. You know, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, obviously, I feel. Why were you? Oh, you're not supposed to know them. Wait, I was going with so I was going off of the interpretation that this is a scenario of some sort. You're over at someone's house, you know them. Whoops, I knocked something over in your house. I don't know. Wow, you had something like sitting behind me and I bumped into it. It sounds like an outside item. Does it? I just got general, which it could be outside. In which we don't want to overlap, so we are not ramming my shopping cart into something because I left it there. No, I think it's fine. Unless like you're like breaking someone else's like thing and you're like not like if you're doing something where you're like, whoops, I like crashed into your like mailbox or like car. and I'm gonna drive away. Like a hit and run scenario, but like not on a person. That's something else. Private property is robbery. Like general. Copycats. General. What are we doing? What are we doing that you're copying? I feel like there's different ways that can go. Someone's property? Well, there's none of the things that like are specifically like your friend. Talking over other people. People standing too close. That kind of thing. Isn't imitation and flattery to an extent absolutely wild? I mean, it could be. It could be. It could be. What are we copying, though? Because I was that person who always was like... Back when I was, like, in school, I would be like, you just copy my homework. I offered it up. I was, like, a straight-A student. I'd be like, here you go, copy it. If I have something now, any of my friends want to, like, use it for, like, streams or anything, I'm like, yeah, take it. Is it copying without me wanting to copy or just general? Used to copy everything you did and it pissed you off. Also, so fair. So I'm assuming this is me copy something that I don't like. I'm going off of the assumption. Definitely, but yeah. I'm going off of, this is what I'm thinking of, that would be actually annoying for me. I say something, someone repeats it exactly. And this happens for everything I say. Someone's like mocking in that way. That would be annoying. That'd be a disrespectfully stay away. That's why it's going up into the disrespectful. If someone's like sitting there, like be like copying like things I'm saying directly, and then immediately going back, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, no. It's going. Is it? No. No. Someone licking their fingers after eating. It doesn't bother me as long as they wash their hands after the fact. I don't want them touching everything with their saliva fingers. But if someone like, I don't know, you're like eating some like chips, I don't know, something got on your hands, and you're like, I'm gonna lick my fingers off. As long as you're washing your hands after the fact, I do not care in the slightest. Now, if you're not washing your hands, we talked about this before. We've been over this part before, that I am a germaphobe, and I would like you to wash your hands. Depends on how. Like, someone's like starts like sucking their fingers excessively. You're like, wow, they're really getting into that. I'll be like, ooh, oh. With the assumption that they're washing their hands after the fact, I think it's chill. If not so, it would be in a different place. But it's just, I'm assuming that you're like, I don't know, you have something left over on your hands and you're like, I'm licking my hands off. It tasted so good, I want more, kind of thing. Sure, it's chill. Can't admit that they're wrong. Ever. Ever? No one, someone just sits there and is always, even if they're wrong, they just can't say it. And they'll double down. They'll double and triple down. Ugh. You're supposed to with hot Cheetos. Make sure one hand is touching the chip bags before you look off the dust, and then start washing. Yep. Mm-hmm. Need to clean off them hands. But yeah, I feel like if you're just like licking your hands, like, yeah, exactly. If you're eating like Cheetos, you have like the dust on your fingers. As long as you're like washing your hands after the fact, I do not care. It's chill. There's also the kind of sassy little, practically kissy fingertip sucking. Are they like making out their own hand? Is that what's happening? Okay, that could get uncomfortable. You're like, ah. Sure. So someone physically cannot admit that they're wrong. They will double and triple down even when they know they're wrong. They just will not admit to it. I'll go in disrespectful. You're not respecting other people then, even though you're like not taking the time to respect them. Negging. I looked it up before stream because I've never heard of this term. Apparently, it is the act of putting someone down that you plan on hitting on to make them more likely to go out with you because they have a lowered sense of self-worth. So yeah, they're going in jail. Absolutely disgusting. Jail. Because I was like, I don't know what this... Like, I was like glimpsing over them when I, like, before we started. And I was like, I don't know what that is. But yeah. So, that is... Isn't that gross? Yeah! So I was like, disgusting. It's going in jail. That was always going up there. There's no need to deliberate on this fact. Abuse and manipulation tactics from day one. Jail. Exactly. Exactly. Other people being late. Oh, I don't care. I am late frequently, but also in turn, I don't care if someone's late. Yo, in fact, if we're both late, I'd be like, hey! Some weird stuff. Yeah, gross. And exactly. In jail. I don't care. It's chill. That's absolutely fine. Like, obviously, if there's something super pressing, that's, like, different. But if, like, we're just going to go hang out, I don't care. Like, it's just a general hangout day. You can be late. I don't care. If it was more like, I don't know. We're at, like, a funeral or something, and you missed the entire service, and you were supposed to be there. Different. Different. You would care because yeah, people be rudely 2 to 4 hours late without care. They're like, hey, they didn't even like apologize or anything. Yeah, that could be. I can see that being like a bit annoying. I would say in general, it's chill though. It's chill. At Grok. So you're asking Grok. This is also me equivalating it to I asked ChatGPT something. Jill, think for yourself. Exactly. Jail. Put them in jail. What does the CBT mean? Wait, huh? Likes deepfakes on celebrities and people in jail. It does! It's super gross. And I know that Grok is also, like, been known to, like, use, like, a bunch of, like, slurs and whatnot, too. It's horrible. Jail, jail, jail. The cock and ball torture. For Grok, yes. Put him in, put him in. Grok does that. You can have to do it with ChatGPT. In general. Thank you very much. Indeed. Indeed. That's what we need to be doing away from the people who are using Grok. We're running away from them. ChatGPT does that. We're very generative AI opposed here. Super, just really hate it. I rarely use the word hate, but nope. Closed beta test. Wait, what's a closed beta? What's that called? Mansplaining. A dude bro walks up to you. I'm taking this as also the approach of this is a cis-het male who has never had anything said against them in their entire life. They think they can explain something better purely because they have a penis and they identify as a cis-het male. Jail. Generally disrespectful. Yeah, yeah. Put glue in your pizza for better cheese, Paul. No! That's one of the things they suggested, isn't it? It's also cognitive behavioral therapy. Oh, that's what the CBT meant. Oh. And the pencil squeaking, I think it was during our last ad break. We were saying that since chalk, we were putting in the category of that's regular chalk sound. Pencil squeaking is also we're putting into that disgusting sound that chalkboards can make. You know, like the screech. You know, like how sometimes you have a pencil and it makes like, usually like you hear it like kind of like slightly. The really loud squeaking, I don't like it. It gets a bit much. I have sensitive ears. My ears are, delicate. They cannot take that. So, for the last one, does anyone else have any extra pet peeves? Name off your pet peeves. Maybe like we don't have them on the list or something. My main thing is mouth noises. I really cannot. That's what I encounter on like a regular basis. I'm just like, I cannot. That's what I regulate like every day. I'm just like, no. Oh, pet peeve for me though. Misgendering anyone. I don't care if it's not even me. Be considerate of other people. And you know, people like also maybe like you don't want to like offend someone or like maybe you don't know someone's gender. I would say 99% of people are chill with being referred to on a they them sense. Just do so until maybe you know them. But pencil squeaking. I don't like it. It's not the worst, but I'll put that stay away from me. Misgendering, jail. When someone points out your issues but won't stand to hear about them. Oh, a hypocrisy? Yeah. Same. We don't want that. We don't. No. Absolutely. I feel like I'm chill with our list. Hey. And like none of the categories are particularly like huge filled in. Yeah. Is this for you? Think you're having a crisis? Me every day. How's it going? How's it going? Where is this song in Claire Obscure? I don't remember this at all. Well, we've finished our pet peeves cheerless ranking. Let's do a quick run over. In which we were elaborating on some of them for specific places. I feel like we all had good reasons for most of these. Turning without a blinker. Again, jail because it can physically put people in harm. Both the person driving and also people around. Loud eating sounds and chewing with mouth open. I really just do not want any sort of mouth sounds. Being rude to service workers. Most of the time when this is being applied, it is people which like not even treating like customer service workers or service workers in general like people. They just like treat them like servants, and it's really gross. Not returning your shopping cart again can be dangerous. Can literally break cars, like cause thousands of dollars of damage. Can hurt people if maybe like it slams into someone, and or someone's turning into like a spot and then they crash. All that. Still want. Oh, we've played Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII 3 times on the channel. We have our VOD channel. It's right here. Go if you just search Crisis Core on it, it will come up. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we have kids in public. This is jail for the parents who are not raising their children. Okay, now we know wait. It's our jazz song. Stupid internet comments. Mainly because a lot of them get really out there. Like, they really lean into it. Pushing people's boundaries. Cease. Oh, we had Clout Chasers as well. Cease. Pushing people's boundaries, though. Respect other people. Do so. Teasing other people's interest. That's what cringe is. That is literally... I feel like that's the definition of cringe. It's cringe to do that. Don't do it. Like, that's just rude, you know? Oh, yes. The resurgence of I hate my wife humor. It's becoming a thing again. Let's not let it become a thing again. So it says overly lewd-minded. Lewd-minded would be lower. Overly implies to me that, like, everything. Like, 90% of your brain will make a sexual comment. Are the VODs on YouTube? They are. They are. Calling customer service. So, one of my pet peeves is needing to make any sort of phone call in general. But calling customer service is always also a typically bad time, because a lot of times they're also like, would you like to buy 5,000 things? And now it's even worse, because then they make you talk through like 10 AI bots before you get an actual person, too. Somehow it's gotten worse, which I didn't know was possible. It's somehow worse now. Using animals as decorations. Animals are living things and treat them as so. They're not your accessory. Customer service is a pain. Yeah, customer service in general, not nice. Negging, which again is putting someone down that you're like trying to hit on, so they have a lower sense of worth. So you think that you have a better chance with them. Jail. Adding grok, aka also being like, I asked ChatGPT this thing. Jail. Think for yourself. It's a lot of people also ask this for like things that are like legit. Is this picture real? And or what should I order from this like restaurant or something? Think for yourself. Mansplaining. As we were also pointing out, also typically done in a way that's like demeaning, also can be done like really disrespectfully. It goes up there, it goes up there. Disrespectfully. Stay away from me. They're like lower ones, but like I don't really ever want to see them, but like not as bad. Slightly lower, slightly lower. Spitting in public. I was talking about this when we were going. My dad does this. But it's gross in the sense that a lot of times people either step in it or a lot of times like debris, like the other pieces of it also come off. And hit other people. Not a fan. Not a fan. Staying too close. People standing too close. No. I guess that's just saying how I don't really have this issue anymore. Because a lot of people, I wear a mask everywhere I go because I'm immunocompromised, right? I typically do not have this problem anymore because a lot of people think I have the plague. I'm just trying to avoid the plague myself. Same vein, not covering mouth while sneezing. If you know the sneeze is coming, same with coughing, cover your mouth. I understand sometimes like you literally have no warning, but if you do, cover your mouth, which is a majority of the time. Backseating. You guys can see me be the most petty I'll ever be. If someone be backseating me, I'm just like, nope. I will like not even like reading comment. I'll be like, nope, I'm locking in. I will refuse. Biting silverware. Only because I can, when I see it, I feel it myself. I'm an empath, God. But I feel it. I feel it. If someone like bites, like I'm like, oh, my teeth as well. No. Talking during movies. This was when we were talking about it. We were clarifying this is occurring when you're in a movie theater. Because if you're like it's watching like a movie with like a friend or two at home or something, you guys want to have a discussion, just like talk about it like while you're like there. Okay, chill. But if you're in a movie theater, be respectful of those people around you. And which I think is disrespectful if you start talking during the movie. Attention seeker. In a way that, like, they have to be the center of attention. In a way that's disrespecting other people. Again, disrespectfully. Stay away because you're being disrespectful. The body odor, we were on for actually quite a bit. Because I was like, Some people just have body odor, even if they have good hygiene. So this is put here solely because they are having body odor because of bad hygiene. Because they're not always because of the same thing. Some people can shower like every single day and like put on deodorant and everything and like they still smell, like, you know. And like people can have good hygiene but still have like some sort of odor. This is solely up here because you have body odor because of bad hygiene. If you're not taking care of yourself and you just happen to have that, that's why it's up there. Yeah, I know it happens for like a lot of people. And still smell. Yeah, that's like a very common thing. It's why it's very specifically the body odor is coming from like specifically bad hygiene. Not keeping secrets. This is being under the assumption that you told someone you would keep a secret. You're like or told something in confidence, and then go and spread it. No, that's disrespectful. It's not like in the case that maybe like you heard. So maybe like you overheard something and then talked about it. That's different. But if like you're told something in confidence, stay away. Stay away. Yeah, literally stay away. Exactly. Always complaining. This is if like 90% of what someone is like talking about is complaining like all the time. If you cannot view like anything in a positive light, and you also a lot of times these people also like feel like they need to break someone else down. We're also talking about toxic positivity, which is also obviously horrendous. And we never want to do that and never want to like also advocate for that. Always complaining is in the sense that you cannot see the plus side in like anything. You have to make something negative. And you also typically need to bring someone down for it as well. Do not want that. Get that out of here as well. So again, the always complaining part is the always part is what's keeping that up there. Spoiling media. I personally don't like spoilers at all. But we were also talking about in the sense that a lot of people, especially in today's like really messed up world, have a few things, maybe media-wise, that helps them have some form of escapism. And now I feel like a lot of things just get really spoiled, especially with social media. And a lot of people don't put any sort of tags. And people are like always are somehow spoiled. They're like, oh yeah, yo, I just started talking about like X, Y, and Z. And then they are spoiling things constantly. Be respectful of other people. If you're like spoiling stuff and you know someone doesn't want to hear about it, it'd be disrespectful. Imagine not being on a watch list because you provided for. Huh? What? Yeah, I don't watch any trailers. Talking about late game plot details for stuff that even out. Yeah! Also, the amount of times we've played games when people like bring up future events in the same game or like future games happens frequently. And I'm just like, sure. In our rules, it's very specifically like listed as if you don't know if something's occurred yet, just don't mention it. So it's very specifically there like that. I feel like a lot of people just don't read rules and chats a lot of the time. Picky beggars, in the sense that someone like is like, I like need something, or maybe someone like wants advice, someone like needs something, and they're like, then you give them what they're asking for, but they're like, no, not that. Remind me of that excitement that you experienced for the first time. Yes! No, Rover, you get it! That is newer than 2 weeks. Oh. I go up to... I don't talk about things unless we're specifically, like, very much playing it at that exact moment. I give a 5-year warning. There are so many things coming out all the time. I always give a spoiler warning. Especially if it's, like, 5 years recent. It's like a decade. Yeah. I'm just like... I will give you the biggest warning. I'll be like, this might have come out like quite a bit ago, but there's like 10 games plus coming out every week. If you're interested in all of those or even half of those, this can take you so long to get through. And also, some people can't get games right off the rip. Some people can't like watch maybe a playthrough like immediately. I never want to take someone's enjoyment away from anything. And that also includes maybe like their first time experience going through something, whether they're playing it or like watching it. I feel like that's very much a thief of joy there. Line cutting. This is general. This is doing it without permission. Because I frequently will let people get in front of me in lines. Let's talk about this. Like if someone's like in a hurry, or maybe like if I'm at like a grocery store and I have like a lot of items or something, and someone has maybe like 2 or 3, I'm like, yeah, get ahead of me. You know? This is doing it without asking. You're just like shoving your way in there. You're like, and then you're like, yeah, no, I was always right here. No, I know you weren't. Always asking for money. I was saying that I don't know why anyone would ever ask me for money, because I have none. But I was going off of the assumption of placing this here as pretty much the only reason or majority of the reason that person A is talking to person B is only to ask for money. That's what they're coming there for. I don't think that's true. So that's why it's over. Like, I feel like that's very disrespectful. Like, the only thing you want to talk to someone about is asking for money. Your spot is in line is not very much not cutting. Yeah, but I feel like they could be cutting for like other people. But again, if I have a ton of items and someone only has like 1 or 2, 1 to 3, I'm like, there you go. Copycats done in a mocking way is always up there. I was like, I'll put it here. That's why it was there. Can't admit they're wrong, ever. Even when they know they're wrong. They'll just double, triple down. No. That's also being disrespectful to, like, themselves. And the pencil squeaking, the worst possible sound a pencil could make. That's what's up there, that's what's up there. Respectfully stay away. Talking over other people. The only reason this isn't disrespectful, because I could see the angle where maybe someone doesn't know they're doing it. Maybe someone is doing it and they're like, oh, wait. Like, I didn't know someone else was trying to say something. But also, not lower because it could be done with that intention. It's kind of like giving a middle ground because of that. No toilet paper. I put myself in place. That if I was in a place where I needed toilet paper and there was none, would I be bothered? Yes. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I'd be like, oh man. You know? Not fully tightening lids. This was put here solely because that can be very wasteful in food. That's it. I don't care otherwise. Because things will go, like, bad quicker. No, music with no headphones in public. So I was saying that I don't think I'd be bothered if only one person was doing this. My issue would be if multiple people started doing it, and it would get really overstimulating. Like a ton of people doing it? No. Micromanaging. Sometimes I like it in a sense that if I'm in like a job and someone's like walking me through something, I like to know how to be actually taught how to be doing something on a first rip of something, right? It's then after the fact, it kind of can get much. But like, if you're like micromanaging me, something I'm doing, and I'm like newer to it, I'm chill. I actually appreciate it because that's helping me learn it more. After the fact, though, no. Snoring is not something that people can typically control, so it's respectful. And honestly, the noise of snoring doesn't bother me. The only reason I would want it to be away from me is because if I was also trying to sleep at the same time as someone was snoring, I just wouldn't be able to sleep. I'm a super light sleeper. I have a lot of sleeping trouble. I do feel like I'd be like, I can't sleep. And products that don't work, of course, respectfully stay away. It's not higher because a lot of products you can also return, but also a lot you can't. So it's not as high as it could be, but it's also, no. I do this and I'm ashamed. I frequently can interrupt other people's schedules, and I am by also being late. Those things coincide with each other. Oh, I try so hard to be on time so frequently that like we were talking about before. I'd be like, surely only like 20 minutes passed. It's been like 2 hours, that kind of thing. in which I do this. I can interrupt other schedules by being late. They're the same. They're in the same thing. I do that. I am frequently late to my own streams. I would say more often than not. I do my best though. I do my best, but I still am. I kind of want to change leaving the toilet seat up. It's kind of gone. It's kind of gone over because my germaphobe time is going up. It's there. Loud talking in public. Assuming it's just loudly talking in public, it's fine. I don't want it to be shouting in public. You know how sometimes people be yelling across an entire, like, block? You'd be like, someone's 50 feet ahead of you, you're, like, yelling to them. That's different for me. Instead of, like, someone just talks loudly. So, that's why that's there. It's disgusting. Yeah, the poop particles. I just know some people just do it. And some people can't close it as well. And we're talking about little Meow Meow likes to lick and, like, drink out of the toilet. This one. Where are they at? So she could also be drinking, like, bringing, like, poop everywhere. That's fine. Surely. But, you know. Checking a phone during a chat. So this was going off of... This isn't constantly just staring at your phone during talking to someone. This is if maybe you, like, pick up your phone to check. Maybe, like, you're looking for a message, waiting for a message. You're checking your phone. This isn't you staring at your phone the entire time during a conversation. That's why it's fine. I do not care at all. I don't feel any way sort of way. I feel like constantly, like, using your phone over and over again is different than being like, let me just look at my phone real quick, you know? Like, the bottle, it's fine. I don't know, I feel some ways if there's also poop all over her paws and she's walking everywhere. Bad drivers. So this is put down lower because I'm doing this off the assumption that someone's doing their best with driving. That's just not their proper, like, skill set. Like, you know, they're doing their best, but, like, they might not be the best. I don't care. Like, it can be, like, jarring, but, like, it's not like they're being malicious about it. If you're not turning on your blinker, you can change that. Bad driver. If you've been... So I've known people who don't drive the best and they've been driving for, like, 20 years. You know? There's different things there. But thanks for the care package. Thank you. Leaves cabinets open. I punched the mic. I'm so sorry. I don't care. You can just close it. I've not been to any other countries other than Canada or Japan. So I don't know. Clogging an airplane luggage belt. It's under fine and not chill, purely because clogging, I feel like, means multiple people must be doing it, because one person standing there isn't gonna fill up the entire luggage belt. But it also says clogged, so I'm assuming there's more than, like, one person. It's not the worst. It also comes back around. I don't care. Stopping in the middle of a walkway. Generally, I don't care. Obviously, like, not preferable, but, like, sometimes someone needs to, like, turn around. If you can, like, stand off to the side, preferable as well. But, you know, I'm not bothered. Nose picking. This is under the same category of, like, licking your fingers. If you just clean off your hands after doing so, I don't care. Clean out your nose however you need to. Overly touchy people, if I know them, I'm chill. If I don't know them, I'm not chill. That's why it's the 50-50. Pen clicking. Generally, I'm not bothered by it, but I can see if someone's excessively just going on it, it could be, but, like, I would say generally, not really. Flaking on plans last minute. I, once again, would go so far as to say that I enjoy this most of the time, because I have really bad anxiety, and even if I'm enjoying hanging out with someone, I still have a lot of anxiety around it. So if that can be lessened, but I also obviously still enjoy hanging out with people. That's why it's not like lower, but it's not the worst feeling because I'm also like less anxiety. That's why I said it's a 50-50 feeling, you know? You feel good because maybe like less anxiety. I feel bad because you did want to hang out with said person or people. Also, this is only like higher, as in like not wanting to do it, because like if you're like going on a trip or something, that's different than like just having like a chill hangout. Belt loop catching on door handle, also equivalating it to maybe you're like having long sleeves and they get caught on like a door handle or like a side of a counter or something. Pants get caught on something. That kind of feeling. I don't care. I'll be chilling. Dishes in the sink. I don't really care. I do typically wash my stuff when I'm like putting it in the, like when I like go to like not put it in the sink. Wash it. I've used something. I wash it. But if it's like if I'm crunched for time, I have put stuff in the sink. I don't care. Some butt kissing. You're kissing up to someone. I was like, go for it. Depending on the situation, it's like not like lower, but you know. I was like, yo, if you're like going for like a promotion or something, go for it. I believe in you. Untrained pets. I feel as though a lot of people do try to train their pets. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes people don't have enough resource. Sometimes people don't have enough time. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Communication is also more difficult because obviously there's not like a dialogue that can be had. It's chill. I'm asking for advice, not taking it. For the most part, I'm chill. Unless, with the caveat of... So excited for the... Yo, this weekend? Yes! Also, if anyone has any questions about the raid train as well, I'm one of the coordinators for the event. If anyone also wants to ask any questions about it, needs to ask any questions about it, it starts on Thursday and goes until... I had it written down yesterday. Monday. I'll be chilling. Our day for that is going to be a Friday night stream. We're very early on in the day on Saturday, so it'll be our Friday night stream. We're playing Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, let's see super chill. I don't know if there's any collab hub events, but we also well, I mod also for the collab hub. Always a great time. Always a great time. It's always such a great amount of people, great people as well. Where are we at? Oh yes, asking for advice and not taking it is put here with the caveat of you're not asking someone else for the same advice and then taking their advice. But like they give you the same. So like if you're like, I don't know, very basic. What should I eat for? What should I eat for breakfast, guys? And someone suggests like, I don't know, a toast. And then someone else, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Then someone else comes in and it's like toast. I'd be like, oh yeah, that'd be like, you know, that's not what we're talking about here. Someone just asks for advice and then doesn't take it. Chill. All right. Someone just wanted another opinion, you know? I don't care. Get that opinion. Chalk, that's the general sound, not the screeching sound. Because the screeching sound we're also putting next to pencil squeaking. So like the worst sound a pencil could make. Not apologizing. Generally, I'm chill. I typically don't even like look for it. I feel like there's also a lot of times people like looking for an apology and not how things can improve. And it's not like it's chill category, but it's fine, you know. No backbone. As long as someone is okay with receiving help as well. Maybe they like need to pull someone to the side to like talk about something. Maybe someone like needs help speaking up. That's fine. Be chilling. Breaking someone else's property. We're interpreting that as maybe like whenever someone's house and you like bumped into, I don't know, just a glass on the table. It broke. I would feel bad. Of course I would be feeling bad, you know? But like, if it wasn't intentional, then it'd be chill. You'd be chill. You know, that's why it's fine. Slow walkers. I'm entirely chill with that. You can walk as slow as you want. A lot of people can only like also walk slower. I mean, chill. If there's obviously like an area for you to walk off to the side, preferable. But if there's not, you know, just walk at your own pace, you know? Using words incorrectly, along with also later on bad spelling and or grammar. I always say that the purpose of like language and communication and getting a point across. I do not care if your spelling, grammar, or your words are used incorrectly, as long as you're willing to learn that the word you're using is not properly like placed there. I'm entirely chill. Same with gum chewing and or popping. I don't care, as long as it's not like open mouth. If there's no room to pass them, yeah. But most of the time you can still get around it, like in most scenarios. But I mean, again, be like chilling with it, you know? Some people can only walk slow. Some people like need to walk slower. And I feel like being like, ugh, slow walkers. When you can just walk around. What are you doing? That, you know, just walk around, you know? Leaving lights on. Unless I have to pay for them, I don't care. You can leave your lights on all the time. If I'm at someone's house and they want to pop off and they want to like leave on like every light in their house, that's more power to them. They can do whatever they want. Tight long sleeves. I do not care at all. I'd wear long sleeves. I'd wear tight long sleeves. I don't wear too much tight clothing other than like a turtleneck. But I mean, I'd be chill. I'm gonna the bad spelling and grammar. Overly clumsy. Typically, that's not something that people can control. So, it's chill. I didn't even know that was a pet. I didn't know that could be a pet peeve. Like, that's wild. Licking fingers after eating. As long as you clean your hands after the fact, it's chill. And other people being late, as I am also late all the time. I do not care when other people are also late. I'm like, yo, you're fine. And now things that I do. And I'm not ashamed of. But if these bother you, I'm so sorry. This stick so you walk slow. Yeah, I walk slow all the time. I have a messed up knee. My knee constantly dislocates, guys. It's a fun time. I have to like pop it back. And then my other knee's just weak. Not covering mouth while yawning. Until this pet peeves tier list, I didn't know that could be a pet. Like, I didn't. So, like, my interpretation of people covering their mouth when they're yawning is just because they didn't want people to, like, be staring into their mouth. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. People would be like, why aren't you covering your mouth? So I'm entirely chill with it. Cracking knuckles. You guys hear me cracking my knuckles regularly, so I apologize. Because I am a crunchy person. And sometimes it's not just my knuckles. Sometimes like my entire body be cracking. You guys can hear it. Picky eater. I wouldn't say I'm extremely picky, but I do have a lot of like dietary restrictions that like I need to do for health reasons. And I'm like allergic to eggs, and I'm super like lactose intolerant, so I need to like avoid those. And for those reasons, I'll put myself in picky eater purely because of I can't like ingest a lot of things, so that might be like a hiccup there. I wouldn't put that as, like, specifically picky, but it could be, like, harder to find something for me to eat. So people assuming yawning meant boredom and disrespect. I'm just tired. Exactly! Yes! Be like, I'm in Eep Town, bro. I have insomnia. I also didn't know hiccups could be a pet peeve. So, like, other things, a lot of things on this list, you can control, right? People can't control hiccuping. Like, if you're hiccuping, like, you're probably just going. Crunchy people can't, but yeah, I crack all the time. Crack up all the time. Typing quirks. So, I didn't know if this meant typing in a specific way, like your hands are in position a certain way, or if you're typing out a good ol' XD. Lol. I do an XD. I do a cow emoji too every once in a while. But I also dominantly, use my left hand a lot more because I have worse carpal tunnel in my right hand, so like the way I position my hands probably also isn't how people most of the time position your hands on a keyboard. Puns! I love puns! If anyone has any puns and or dad jokes, feel free to always say them. I already know I will be saying them. Being stupid. Don't worry, guys. I know that I am. And I'll be out here. I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling over here. Bare feet. I hate feet a lot. But honestly, having bare feet out, I don't care. My feet are bare right now. And using expired internet slang is the last one, and I do this, I'm not ashamed. We put that under, like, potentially an XD, but not really because it's still used. I'll use uwu as a joke, so I put that as there. Elite speak. I can, like, I'll be reading it, I don't care. So a lot of them are just chilling. I like our list here. I think they're fun. And everyone in all the jail, horrendous. After the jail, obviously not nearly as bad. That's the top category though. Oh, no. You put those things on, then we got a problem. Exactly. I hate feet so much, but if, like, I'd be like chilling, you know. I also overheat a lot, and if my feet are covered, it makes me hotter. No, thank you. And that's our full list. We've gone over everything. If you don't miss any part, we're going to put this on also on YouTube. I'm also playing around with the idea of editing it down a bit for our not VOD YouTube, because I want to like lean into also doing more edited content. But it'll definitely be on our VOD channel. Over here. Come check out our VOD channel. Our previous playthroughs are there. Our previous, like, just chatting times are also there. You guys can watch me not know where anything in the entire world is. That goes from states over onto full-on countries. I don't know where anything is. It's pretty bad. Have I learned since then? Nope, it'll probably be actually just as bad if I did it right now. But yes, I'm pretty happy with how our list turned out. And if anyone has any extra pet peeves, let me know. We were talking about a few. But I think that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Roger, how's it going? Let me get you a shout out. How are you doing? But yes, now it's game time. Ad just ran, didn't they? Oh god, I wanted to run... Guys, I'm gonna yap for a bit. Because I want to run ads when I'm switching games because I need to pee. Yay! Everyone send level 1 to Evander. They're great. They're great. Play a variety of games. A lot of, like, cooperative or, multiplayer games. A lot of cozy games. Go send all the love on over. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. But yes, our current pet peeves list. I feel like this was pretty good. Oh, we did go for about 3 hours with this. Wow. We still have time for games, though. So we're going to play some games. We're playing Octopath Traveler 0 after this. But I'm going to keep yapping for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Because I want to run ads as I'm switching games. We'll switching thing.